show your face. Show your face, please, with sugar on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, if y'all remember the previous video we did, I told y'all before that even though the summer has ended, it seemed like in Chicago, it's the total opposite. It seemed like the summer had just begun in Chicago because every time you turn around, somebody is dropping as if this was the summertime. And they're also getting caught in the same fashion. This has been the second person within days that have been caught in a car along with a female and was shot and unalived. Not too long ago, it was 650 Little Mike, where he was shot along with another female who, unfortunately for her, she didn't make it. But it is being speculated that 650 Little Mike is actually alive. He's in the healing process, even though he may be in critical condition because he have been shot in the head area as well. They're saying that it was 2 kids in the car at the time of the shooting, but fortunately, they haven't been injured. Now today we're going to talk about 051 Millz. It's being reported that he was shot and unalived along with a female who they are identifying as his sister in the car as of today. Now before we even get into all that, man, Chicago has been on a roll. This past weekend alone, they saying that it was 22 people who have been shot over the weekend and 3 have been fatal. Now y'all may not understand, man, 22 people shot within the span of just 3 days from Friday to Sunday is a big deal. Now when it comes to the fatal shootings, it's looking like 051 Millz will be added to that list because as of today he was shot and unalived like we said earlier, and we're going to get into everything that transpired and what we're being told. Before we do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm, and if you're not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. Now according to a tweet from Spy News, it would say that 2 have been shot on a 7423 South Kimball, with a male being 30 years old having multiple gunshot wounds who was dead on arrival, and a female that was 31 years old who has multiple gunshot wounds as well, but she was listed in critical condition. Now it says that the victims are brother and sister, and the crime scene consists of the body, a shot up Toyota rental, shell casings, and it says that there was a firearm in the DOA's hand with his finger on the trigger. It had to be removed from his hand. Now, it's kind of crazy because I don't know if maybe he's seen it coming or maybe he was prepared already. Sometimes even when you have a weapon, you still don't stand a chance. You know, sometimes it's all about how fast you could get to it, but even if you are fast, if they got the ups on you, if they got you where they want you, some things are just inevitable and you can't get away from it. But it is unfortunate that they are saying that the gun actually had to be removed from his hand, which is kind of crazy. Say he had his finger on the trigger. I guess he was ready to shoot, but he just didn't get a chance to. Now, it's a lot of mixed reports. Some saying that the female is in critical. I'm seeing some people say that she actually passed away too. I'm not too sure. Now, at first, it wasn't confirmed who it was until people on social media started reposting RIPs to 051 Millz. Now, I don't know what's going on, y'all, but this is the second person within the span of a few days that have been caught in the car along with a female. You know, it's a crazy coincidence. Right now, there's no real story of any backdooring, of any setups or anything happening, so I can't say that. It just might be an unfortunate coincidence that both males, 051 Millz and 650 Little Mike, was caught in the car with a female. And in both situations, the female actually suffered gunshot wounds. The girl that was with Little Mike, unfortunately, she passed away on the scene, while 051 Millz' sister, who goes by the name of Camille, suffered multiple gunshot wounds, but she's listed in critical condition and no update on her injuries have been posted. Now, hopefully she pulls through, man. This is a very unfortunate situation, especially being that yet another female has suffered, even though the shots may have not been for them. Now, some of you may or may not know, but 051 Millz is definitely a legendary member, a part of 051. He was around with the 051 Mellies, 051 Ario, Driller, Fathead, just a bunch of guys that was around from the beginning. Now, if y'all do remember, he just came home literally 4 months ago from serving a 8-year sentence, and the guys was happy he was home and welcomed him with open arms. Now, who would have thought after serving an 8-year sentence, he would just be out for 4 months before his life will be taken away? Now, even though it's sad to say, they say that a lot of these guys are more safe in jail than in the streets. And even though that's crazy to say, that's when you know that it's really a problem in Chicago. When it's speculated that the streets isn't safe and jail is safer than these guys actually being free, that's really a problem. And the system don't make it any better either, because it's almost like they want these things to transpire. They know the war in Chicago isn't like your typical place. It's not like your typical war. Bodies are dropping left and right. Just this previous weekend, I told y'all that 22 people were shot and 3 of them were fatal. So knowing this, they should start coming up with an idea on how they can allow these guys to at least get out of Chicago for a certain period of time or something. Because clearly the system they have in place now isn't working. A lot of these guys who get out of jail, they end up on probation or parole. They're either going right back to prison or dying due to the way that they have the system out there when it comes to probation or parole. You can't leave. Right? We seen the situation with T Slick. T Slick was in Chicago and they said that he was gearing up to actually leave soon and be able to go to California and be with Chief Keef. But before he could do that, unfortunately his life was taken away because he was stuck in Chicago. So a lot of us from the outside looking in, we like to judge these guys. We like to say that they crashing out, they shouldn't be having weapons, they shouldn't be doing this. But let's be real, sometimes it's the environment. I know a lot of people don't get it, and if you've never been in the streets, you probably won't. But like I always say in most of the videos, they'd rather be caught with it than without it. They'd rather be judged by a 12 than carried by a 6. It's a bad way to live. Just think about it. Think how they feel. If you from the outside looking in and you feel that that's a crazy way to live, just think about the guys that actually gotta live in it, that actually gotta carry a weapon, knowing they on parole, knowing they on probation, risking their freedom, but they have to do it because it's either they get caught with it or they lose their life without it. So I say that to say this, man, it's easier for us to judge because we're on the outside looking in, but when it all boils down, a lot of guys are losing their life, whether it's to a grave or a jail cell, right? So y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this, man. My condolences go out to the family. Rest in peace to 051 Millz. Hopefully his sister pulls through. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. And I'm out.